Oh no, I got a ground level room. I don't happen to care. Hold on. There's a look at how wide the space is, and then we go up a bit. Air control. I've got a window out to all the people checking in. I've got it through to the other Cascades train. I've got a coat rack there, a band for some reason, emergency exit thing. And then I've got all this here. I've got the cooler, normal warmer. And then I've got dangly outlet. Hold on, is it? No, it's not one of those. It's just broken. Okay, that's excellent. Excellent news. And I've got a view. I've got a table too. I'm pretty sure if I just pull it up, right? Using tray table. Lift tray table and fold down. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to lift it. Oh. Whew. That was much more difficult than it had to be. Oh yeah, complimentary water bottle. I think it's complimentary. Probably complimentary. I'll just put it, there's a cup holder. I'll put it in the cup holder. Yeah. Terrorism is bad. That's a good pamphlet. I've got this little message. I should read it. Welcome aboard. We are delighted that you have selected Amtrak for your trip. During your journey, you will take in breathtaking views, enjoy a variety of meals, snacks, beverages, and experience the joys of train travel from the privacy of your room. On the other side of this letter, we've provided you with a few tips on how to make the most of your trip. Our first-class attendants are here to help make the most of your time on board. Let them know if you need an extra towel, have a question about the train status, or simply would like to hear a story about life on the rails. Thank you for choosing Amtrak, and we hope you have a pleasant trip. Sincerely, Robert Jordan, Vice President of Customer Services. What's this? Coast Starlight along the Big Sur coast in California. I will not be along that coast. Actually, I will be along almost no coasts in this trip at all. There will be almost no coast on the Coast Starlight. Here's what you can expect during your journey. Settle in, get comfortable, unpack, charge electronics, and stow your luggage away. Once you're settled, comfortable seating reclines to give you the perfect place to read, work, or simply enjoy the passing landscapes. I plan to do 2 of those. I'm not going to do any work. If you prefer a bit more privacy, feel free to close and latch the door to minimize any disruptions. Yeah, that's right. I can latch it there. And then I've got curtains. My neighbors closed their curtains. Look at that. I can't look at the... Oh my God. In the previous clip, I was looking at the Cascades. I was like, oh, look, it's the other Cascades train. It's a reflection of that one. Good Lord. Anyways, get acquainted with a friendly and trained attendant dedicated to each car. Assistance is never far away. Your first-class attendant will be with you shortly to offer an introduction, provide baggage assistance, review dining options and onboard amenities, and schedule turn-down service. That's where they turn it into a bed, and then I can sleep. Did you forget any toiletries? I don't think so. Please let your attendant know, and we will happily provide you with what you need to make your journey comfortable. We offer body wash, shampoo, conditioner, body lotion, toothbrush, toothpaste, and a set of earplugs. The shower is probably somewhere else. I know that there are some rooms where there's a toilet right there. But I don't have that. I have to go into the public in order to use it. That was a train horn. Oh, shit. We are moving. Look at that. That's a moving landscape right there. Train moving, but I'm in a hotel room. What? This is cool. Never been in a roomette before. I have no idea what I am doing.
Yeah, sorry.
I have no idea about anything,
Created a
but
mess here for you.
I know stuff, and people are boarding still, so that's pretty wild. Cascades train is leaving view. Hello. Yeah, there we go.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If I can get your announcement just for one quick moment. My name is Regina. Once again, my name is Regina, and I will be your attendant for the 11:31 heading to Los Angeles with all stops in between. Once again, good morning and welcome aboard. Just a quick announcement about our car.
All right, I'll listen.
We do have bathrooms. Bathrooms are downstairs with a shower.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 3 bathrooms downstairs and 1 shower. It is community shower, just to let you know.
There's no I'm using
If
that.
you need any additional towels, please let me know. But there are big towels in the shower. Hand towels and face towels should be in your room in a cubby hole.
I do
All
have
right,
those.
folks, welcome aboard the Coast Starlight, train number 11, heading south with the final destination
We
of
got
LA.
co-opted.
Some of our upcoming stops include Tacoma, Olympia Lacey, Centralia, Kelso, Vancouver, Portland, and then on into Southern Oregon and California.
We got co-opted. This is
Before we
insane.
take off here, I'd like to go over a few quick housekeeping items. First of all, there's absolutely no smoking.
Good. That's it, I guess. That's all the housekeeping, guys.
Once again, there's absolutely no smoking anything of any kind anywhere allowed on this train. This is a federal regulation, and we do enforce it. There's absolutely no smoking.
Okay.
Our next scheduled smoke break stop will be in Portland. We will provide more information once we get closer.
I don't care about smoking. The smoke is...
In addition, there's no consumption of alcohol purchased outside this train if you are ticketed for coaches.
Okay.
If you wish to drink,
But I have
you may do
water.
so. However, you must purchase it from the cafe car,
That's
which
weird.
is located in the lower level of the lounge car. They will
Okay.
make an announcement once they are open.
Hopefully.
In addition, we ask that you
eventually.
please wear shoes while walking through the train.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sitting down, you may take these off, but please be considerate to the passengers around you. However, if
What
you're walking
passengers
through the
around
train,
me?
you must
That
wear
seat
shoes.
is empty.
This is a safety and cleanliness issue.
Okay.
Finally, if you look in the back of the seat in front of you, there's a little safety card there. That safety card
There
has
is not.
information on all of our emergency exits and procedures.
I have
Next
this
station
one.
stop will be Tacoma in about 45 minutes. On behalf of the
45
entire
minutes to
Amtrak
Tacoma.
crew, I'd like to thank you for riding with us.
45 minutes to Tacoma is not bad.
And one more thing, if you got on in coaches, your ticket has not been scanned yet. I know you've shown it several times, but it does need to be scanned on board by a conductor.
Yeah,
Thank
what
you.
about in rooms? Has my ticket been scanned yet? I don't think so. But people have looked at it. I hope that's good enough, right? Probably. Sounders. Look at that. Look at those trains. And then there's an Amtrak car just sort of amongst them, I guess. Yeah, look at that. There's a big yard here and maintenance facility. I do know. Oh, we're about to see a Cascades train engine that is alone. Wow. Hold on. Wait for it. It's coming up. Look at that. It's just the engine. And there's no cars. It's just sitting there in the middle of the yard. That's so weird, right?
Good morning, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen,
he's back.
boys and girls. This is the dining car steward. I'd like to welcome everyone aboard Amtrak's Coast Starlight
Oh, this is
train
a
number
different guy.
11 with a destination to Los Angeles, California. Take my opportunity to thank you for joining us. This is an attempt to communicate necessary information.
Trains.
So if I can please get your
Trains. New
attention
Siemens
here
train,
for a
too.
moment.
New Siemens
This
Cascades.
is in regards to dining car operation.
Okay.
Today we're going to start with lunch.
Lunch, okay.
Lunch in the dining car is by reservation and reservation only.
How do I get a reservation?
And those reservations are offered to our first class passengers in the sleeping car accommodations
Okay.
only.
Only. Okay.
For those of you in the coach accommodations, we do extend invitation, but that is only going to be by announcement throughout the trip. It's not necessary to offer you a reservation, as your reservation opportunity will be an extended invitation by
It's not
announcement.
necessary to
Throughout
offer
the
you an
trip, this will
invitation.
be all the time. You do not need to come and inquire here in the dining car. What you'll do is practice patience throughout the day.
Okay.
When we get space, time, and opportunity during whatever meal we're serving, I'll give you information through that announcement.
Okay, but what about me?
And you can take us up on that opportunity. That announcement comes.
Okay.
Otherwise, as our conductor said, when the cafe car opens, you'll hear from our lounge car attendant, and there'll be food, snacks, and beverages available for sale on the lower level of that lounge. And we are very busy here in the sleeping car accommodations this morning. I can already guarantee you there will be no opportunity anytime soon. So that lounge car, snack bar will be your place for food, snacks, and beverages at this time.
I like to get stuff
and
from
when
the
I
snack
get
bar.
that space, time, and opportunity, coach passengers, you will hear from me through an announcement.
A little bit after lunch.
Otherwise, first class passengers,
Okay.
I'm going to come and offer you that reservation opportunity.
Ooh.
At this time. I'll ask that you designate one individual to take the reservation for your party.
Okay.
Meet me in your room accommodation. Give me an invitation with open doors, curtains, and arms. I do need that invitation, as if either your door and or curtain is closed, I'm going to assume for your meal.
Okay.
Simply write your room number down and that information with your sleeper attendant. If you like a reservation, you'd like to join us, the dining car is a community diner. We do community seating. Always keep that in mind.
That makes
You'll
sense.
be sharing tables with your fellow passengers throughout the trip.
Mm-hmm.
Never be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Always be inviting.
Always be invited.
But give me that opportunity to come and offer you that reservation. Do allow me to come to you. Meet me in your room accommodation only, not in the aisleways, not in the stairways. Please do not come look for me.
Okay.
Meet me in your room accommodation. Open up those doors and curtains at this time.
Yeah, I'm going to do
That's
that.
about it at this time for the dining car. Reservations are coming there, sleeping car passengers. Please open up those doors and curtains. Keep those aisleways and stairways clear. Have a good trip. Be safe, be vigilant, but especially courteous to your fellow passengers.
Excellent.
And employees on board. See you around.
So I'm going to probably stop recording now, open up that door, and wait for him to come. And then once he's done, then and only then will I do that. Oh, the door's opening on its own. That's a bit. Okay. I realize that I've been a terrible introducer, right? You noticed probably that I had this little keychain in my glasses. Look at that. Like that. Something like that, right? So this is a keychain that my friend showed me. They showed me on Etsy. And as soon as I saw it, I knew that I had to get it. And since I got it right before the train journey, what the heck is the sun? Since I got it right before the train journey, I knew that it had to be my travel partner. So here it is, it's a girl, but she's eating an In-N-Out burger. That's amazing, right? It won't focus for the life of it. Can I get it to focus? I cannot. Anyways, so it's a girl and she's eating an In-N-Out burger with an In-N-Out burger hat. Like, it doesn't get much better than that. So, like, I've got her here, and she is my travel partner. I've got this keychain, right? So what I can do is I can sort of slip her into my glasses here, right? And then pull my hair back, because pulling her through the glasses like that does a number on the hair. What the heck? And then I can store her back towards the ear, so that way it's not like slapping my face all the time. And look at that. Look at her just sitting here, absolutely vibing away. Of course, this is like 35 hours, not on the train the entire time, but what is it? It's more like 21 hours on the train itself. But I am going to have her with me the entire time, and I'm going to meet up with my people in Reno with her, right? The friend that referred this to me. I don't think I ever confirmed, like, yes, I ordered it. And at this rate, it's better as a surprise, right? It's better as a surprise than it is as me just texting and being like, oh, by the way, I got the In-N-Out girl, right? I think this is a lady from a TV show. She does not eat In-N-Out in the TV show. I think she's not anywhere near California in the TV show, but I know the TV show this lady's from. I think, if I remember correctly, she's supposed to be from that TV show. Although she looks pretty generic, what with In-N-Out being her outfit, right? But she's pretty cute. So that's her thing, right? And that friend is meeting me in Reno. So if it's a surprise, right, then I get to show up and I'll have it on the earring. And they'll probably be like, whoa, what the hell's on your ear? And I'll be like, oh, it's the In-N-Out girl that you showed me. Hold on. If I put her like this, block my entire face, it still won't focus. I don't think this has dynamic focus or something like that while it's recording. I don't know why not. It's like just a normal phone. But, it's whatever. Whoa, Tacoma Station is weird. I'm gonna show you guys Tacoma Station. Like, here we are pulling in, right? But we're on, like, elevated. The train itself is elevated. Hold on, you guys don't see. Oh, great. Now it looks like we're on ground level. And it looks like I'm lying. Oh, no. But no, I swear to you that we are elevated above the ground, right? Oh, and this guy's taking a video of me taking a video of him. Oh my God, 2 people this is happening to. That's amazing. So that's good. I've got this girly here, and I'm going to eventually be seeing in like 35 hours. I'm going to be in Reno. Not even 35. It's going to be so much longer than that. I don't even know how long it's going to be. But in that long, I'll be in Reno, and I will be showing her off to my friend. And I've got a dine-in car reservation. The guy came by. He was like, what times do you want? I chose one. I'm going to be sitting next to other people, so I may or may not actually record video of me eating. But, you know, it's all interesting. It's all nice and interesting like that. So that's excellent. My dress keeps coming off my shoulder. I need to find out how to do that. I should sew this into a shirt or something, because, like, it keeps falling off. It's either that or, like, the issue, I think, is gravity. The issue is gravity. Hold on. This side is fine. Why is this side fine and this side's all like you see, I push it, nothing happens. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it by the next video, because the next clip, I think I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of roomette history that I learned through observation. I'll see you there. Frizz, 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 frizz on the hair. I'm gonna have to find a way to fix that if I want to be presentable for the rest of the videos. So, if you're in a roomette, I've switched to the other seat, and I've put, like, my camera there on the coat hanger. I hope it's okay. The camera is broken right now because the autofocus won't work, and I'm trying to fix it, and it's not working. Anyways, first off, welcome. Yeah, I think that's for the Sounders, but the Sounders and the Amtrak are different sizes. Anyways, so if you're sitting in the roomette, right, and you're in one of the seats, then behind you is a little control panel, and it's going to say music control, right? And it has a volume and a select, and you're going to notice that there is no music, no matter what you do to it, right? So they used to have, a long time ago, that used to work. So there used to be music on channels like 2 through 4, I think it was. I think there are 5 channels. There's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, I think, is nothing.
One is announcements. So the overtrain announcements that we were listening to just a couple of minutes ago, that's channel 1. But channels 2 through 4, those channels used to play music, and then there was volume and stuff that would play music, right? But then people got mad at each other, right? Which is a very common through line in society. They got mad at each other because certain people were playing music too loudly, right? Because there was a volume knob, and the volume knob could go up pretty high. And you could hear it between the rooms, right? People are probably able to hear me talking right now. And so Amtrak disconnected and turned off all the music systems. So I'm not sure if that implies that the music systems are still there and they could turn on the music if they wanted to, but I doubt it. I have doubts. But the music system used to work, and that's what that music control is for now. If they ever build new sleepers, if they ever build new sleepers like this, they'll probably I'm doing a lot of umming and ahhing. They will they'll probably replace music control with announcement control, and it'll have on and off and volume. Is my theory and prediction if they ever build new sleepers, because I don't think they've had new sleepers built in a very long time. And we started moving, and it was so smooth. You notice that? Like, there wasn't even a jostle. I had to look out the window to realize, oh, we're moving. Peripheral vision has a thing with motion. I think your peripheral vision will detect motion better than it will details. So I saw motion in my peripheral vision, and that's how I knew that the train was moving. And it didn't jostle. So this has been a very smooth experience so far. If you ever take Amtrak, it'll probably be a very smooth experience. Can I show you guys the second flooredness of this, the raised nature of this station? Or is it just going to like be on ground level all of a sudden? I really hope it's still on the second floor, because I want to show you guys that oddity. Oh my God, now we're on ground level. Oh, so let me tell you something, right? Coming into Tacoma from the north, it's elevated when the platform starts. But then you go south, and then the other side of the platform, you're on ground level all of a sudden because there's a hill.
All right, folks, for those of you that just joined us in Tacoma, welcome aboard. Next station stop will be Olympia Lacey in about 30 to 35 minutes. Thank you.
Look at that. It worked. He went away. 1 is announcements, 0 is not.
It does work. You're not stuck with the announcements forever if you are if you're in a sleeper. If they make announcements at the night, I don't think they make announcements overnight. You can turn that off. Simple as. I think I did not fix it. I've tried so hard to fix it. I think I need to do something weird. I need to create tension for it to be sticking to my shoulder. This is insane, okay? This is insane. I don't know when I'm gonna see you guys next. Maybe I'll take some video of lunch. Who knows?
That looks so weird. That looks so weird. Anyways, I was eating some breakfast, right? I'm in a Cliff Bar for breakfast. I was gonna take another bite, but then I realized that would stop me from talking. Anyways, I was having a Cliff Bar for breakfast. And I was pondering, right? Thinking the way that I do, right? And I realized that I am not smart, all right? Because this little In-N-Out girl, right? She was supposed to be a surprise. You know something? I'm in a group chat with all my family members, right? And the friend who did this, right? Since I included her on the group chat. And then I posted a picture of this, being like, this is my travel buddy. Do you see the problem? Do you see the problem that I see? It's an SMS too. It's SMS. I can't unsend that. So it's not a surprise anymore. That's very unfortunate. Unless she's way more stupid than I think, right? And she just doesn't read the text messages. I'm kind of hoping that happens, actually. She could just not read the text messages, and then when she opens up her text app, it brings her to the newest messages, so she doesn't go look at all the other ones. We will know in due time. I'll probably know in Sacramento at some point when I'm like in the Art Museum or something. No, I'll probably know on the train to Reno. She'll probably say something. I don't know when I will know, all right? That's the truth. I have to think about when she'll be. No, hold on. I'll know later today. I'll know later today. That's right. It's a 2-day journey. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. Next up, lunch or after, probably. Who knows? So I've made a promise to myself. I'm going to sew this onto a shirt because look at this. I just sat down. I didn't do anything to it. And then, like, I stand up and I try to lower it, right? And then it just doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work, right? So, once I get into Carson, I'll probably see if I can do that because I love this thing, right? I love this little purple thing, but it does that, which is terrible, right? Which is terrible. Of course, I didn't bring any clothing with me because I've got a bunch of clothing in Reno. So, if I don't wear this, then I don't have much of anything. It's also, it's a whole dress, right? So I won't have anything for the entire duration of my 8-hour layover in Sacramento. So I have to wear this. I don't have a choice. But I need to sew it in. Anyways, I had lunch. We are leaving Portland now, and I had lunch between north of Vancouver and Portland. And then we stopped in Portland, and then I finished up my lunch. And I sat at a table alone, and the tables seat 4 people. So I sat with 3 strangers, 3 lovely strangers. One of them was from Australia. And then the person sitting next to the Australian, by complete coincidence, was from New Zealand. And so that was very interesting. And then the person sitting beside me lived in Olympia, but they were from New Orleans. So that was a very interesting little collection of people to be sitting beside. But it was very fun. It was a fun, it was over an hour, I think, that we sat there and had lunch. And they served a dessert during lunch, which is weird, right? They're like, I'll take your dessert order, right? I think it was at the same time as our lunch order. They're like, I'll take your dessert order. So then I ordered it thinking, oh yeah, this is for later, for dinner, right? I don't know why they didn't take our dinner order at the same time, but like, that was my assumption, right? Oh, this dessert is for dinner, later. I was wrong. So I finished I had a hamburger for lunch, right? And then I finish. Oh, hold on. I can see the engine out my window. We're on a curve, and I can see the engine out my window. That's cool. Anyways, so I have this burger, right? And then I finish it. And then he comes out with my dessert. And I'm like, what? Like, this is weird, right? I didn't say anything to the server who brought out my dessert. Why keep going down? Anyways, I didn't say anything to him, but I was thinking to myself, why am I getting dessert now? Like, it's not dessert time. It's like 1:30. My dessert was very good. I'll give them that. My dessert was very good. But like, it wasn't dessert time dessert. It was lunchtime dessert. So I'm not sure if I should have dessert for dinner because I've already had it. But we'll get there when we get there. We will get there when we get there, and you'll hear about my dinner story as well. And then we had dinnerware, lunchware. I don't know. We had plates,
And the plates had the Amtrak logo on them, and there was a part of me that was like, I want to pocket this Amtrak plate, and I want to keep it, right? But then my server would have noticed, and I didn't have anywhere to put it because I didn't have my bag here with me. I kept it in here because like there's nothing in here that I'm going to use. It's all luggage right now. So I did not steal it, and I got 2 plates. I got a big one for dinner, and then I got a little one for lunch, dessert. Dinner? What the hell am I talking about? I got a big one for lunch, and I got a little one for lunch, dessert. But then I got tea with it, right? I got a hot tea, and they gave me a little cup for that hot tea, right? And I was like, okay, this is gonna be the Amtrak cup, right? And imagine the look on my face. Imagine my disappointment when I pull down the sleeve and it's a Starbucks logo. It's a Starbucks logo. But it wasn't even Starbucks. It wasn't even Starbucks tea because it had the little thing, right? You know, the little tea bag thing, the little tea bag handle, little string that comes out, and it said Lipton on it, which is not Starbucks. It's not even Starbucks tea. So they gave me a Starbucks cup when they didn't even serve me Starbucks, which is stupid, right? Like, that's weird. It was good tea, though, for what it's worth. I will give them that. It was good tea. So I wonder, actually, if I open this up, I think the sun's in the right direction. Oh yeah, look at that, way brighter. Oof, way brighter. Look at that. My face has light on it now. But anyways, so it was good tea for what it's worth. It just it wasn't as advertised. It wasn't Starbucks, and they didn't give me an Amtrak cup. Because that would have been a prized possession right there. A little Amtrak, like, paper cup, like a little hot cup, and then I would have totally put that onto like a shelf or something and held it on the shelf as like a souvenir of the trip. But that did not happen because they gave me a Starbucks cup for a drink that wasn't even from Starbucks. I'm looking out the window just to see if there's anything interesting for me to comment on. Giant freeway interchange is what we're passing by right now. Giant freeway interchange. We're still, I think, in Portland, just still in the process of departing Portland. I don't remember what the next stop is, and they don't have a schedule, so I don't know what the next stop is. I can't look on a little piece of paper and say, hey, this is the next stop. I have to go somewhere. I remember when I went on this big trip last, I was in coach the entire time, so I spent a night in coach. Can you imagine? I can't imagine. And I did it. But anyway, so I was on coach, and they used to have, I think, in the observation car, schedule handout pamphlets. And I haven't been in the observation car yet today. I've only been in my room. So at some point after we leave Portland and I've got a nice view to look at, I might go and we're passing by the Science Museum with old train cars that have been graffitied. They're like old train cars too. Those things are historic. Why are they covered? There's another one. Pacific Railroad Preservation Association. Preservation. Why is the Preservation Association's rail cars covered in graffiti? Oh shit. More train cars. Empire Builder. That line still exists. Not under the Great Northern, which I think that livery was, but it's still called the Empire Builder. And I think it's the same route still. You see, that's why I look out the window. That's why I'm like looking so like out into space. What is it with this side that makes it normal, but not this side? Is it the way I'm sitting? Do you need to sit more proper like? Whoa. It is the position of the shoulders. Oh my god. It's the position of my shoulders. Anyways, I'm still sewing it in though into a nice complimentary shirt. But that Empire Builder car was pretty nice, so I had to talk about it. I mean, that's a bit different framing. Not framing, perspective. I don't know. I'm still framed correctly though. I did not take the In-N-Out girl to lunch because I'm not sure. People would have probably been like, "Who's that?" And I would have had to explain it. I didn't want to do that really. So she wasn't in lunch, but I'm going to, I think, continue enjoying my ride. I'm going to read some while I get out of Portland, and then maybe I will be in the observation car, and I will comment on that probably once I get back here. I don't really want to be a public disturbance by talking to my camera. That's weird, right? That's weird. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the other side, whatever I end up doing by the time I next record. Only you will know in a couple of seconds. Good afternoon, evening, good evening, viewers. I don't know when I saw you last, but I have noticed that this room has only one outlet, which means that I can't charge multiple things at a time. I've got this Kindle with me, but it uses no battery, which is good because it means that while I am eating, I can charge it, and then it lasts like 2 days, okay? It probably will last 2 days of straight reading if I charge it once. But I have charged it twice today, 3 times. I feel like I charged it 3 times. Anyways, what's it at now? It was at like 80% when I left it last. Oh, look at that, it's at 100%. Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed? Although one thing with this Kindle, right, is that you see how it's like this, right? Well, holding it like this or using this hand strap in any way, like, okay, the way that I thought was like, oh, you hold it like this, right? I'm holding the Kindle upside down right now. So then I'm like, oh, then I can hold it like this. No. This is the least comfortable thing ever, right? So maybe I hold it like this. No, that's worse. And the things I'm reading, of course, are vertically oriented, and it's not like formatted in a way where I can make it horizontal, right? So I have to put it like horizontal like this, and then I have to set it up like this, and then place it down.
Your attention, please, coach passengers. This will be
And then
an extended invitation, which acts as your reservation time.
I do not care what he's talking about. Anyways, so I have to do it like this, and then I have to like put it down like this because I can't stand to carry it, or I'll put it down like this because carrying it, of course, like this is also uncomfortable. There's no way that this strap, or even just holding this in general, is comfortable. So I put it horizontal, and then I lay it flat, and then I go and swipe through the pages like that. It's just weird. I'm probably going to get another case that has a more centrally oriented strap or something like that, so I can hold it. Scholarly, yes. But I came back from dinner. I just came back from dinner, and it was very good. I had this cool... Sorry, I keep reaching over for stuff. My nose is running for some reason. I can't figure out why. It is so unusual. Anyways, so of course on the train it's a 3-course meal, right? So you get appetizer, entree, dessert. For the appetizer, I had these skewers. I had 2 skewers, and they were made up of like dried tomatoes that were still wet. Dried tomatoes that were like soaked in vinaigrette or something like that. Not straight vinegar, no God, but vinaigrette, right? And then balls, spheres, bigger than like the tomatoes themselves would have been if they were whole, of mozzarella cheese, right? Which is very interesting. I'm not sure if I liked it or not, but I ate all of them very fast. So maybe I did. I'm not sure. And then I had my steak. My steak was not cooked. It was like rare steak. Like rare. What's the one after rare? I don't know what the one after rare is, but it's like it was like somewhere in that area. And then the core, the very inner core, I could not chew. I just could not, so I had to leave it early. And then I got chocolate mousse for dessert, and it was a good chocolate mousse. So I enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed the steak a lot outside of the center. The edges were very nice. And then it came with these vegetables that had been like steamed, and the steamed vegetables were also very nice. There were a couple of people dining with me. One of them worked in a bar and wanted to work in a restaurant, is the thing that I remember. There was somebody sitting next to me, and I don't remember what she did. And the person across from me was an electrical engineer at Oregon State University, which was nice. The sun is orange. I thought we had left the smoke, but we're back. You can see it on my face. Hold on. Yeah. Let me see if I can get a white piece of paper. You guys can see the white there, right? You see the orange? You see the orange? That's the sun. That's the sun. You see that? You see that orange? That's the sun. God. My destination, I believe, has no smoke. The people who are there, who I'm talking to, like my dad, they say there's no smoke there. Which is really good because there's a lot of smoke here. Orange sun. Orange sun. The sun's not supposed to look like that. Anyways, I also pinched this cup that says Amtrak on it. It's a little disposable cup, so they're gonna throw it away anyway. So I said, you know what? This is mine now. Ooh, nom, nom, nom. So that cup is mine. It's just gonna be decoration. I don't think I should reuse it too many times. It seems like it's supposed to be like some kind of compostable. Like it's supposed to break down if I cover it in dirt. Which I'm never going to do, and if I wash it too many times, that might happen. So that's not gonna be a thing. But I'm gonna keep it as a memento. So now we are just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. The sun is setting, so I'm gonna go to sleep eventually after I've read a little bit more. Reading has been my main thing. I've also got a physical book. To read, so that's nice. Nice paperback. So that's good. It's a stiff paperback, but it's a nice paperback. And most importantly, I have a company from an excellent travel partner who has been very vigilant and adorable the entire time. So that's good. Yeah. Turning my chairs into bed, they did not do that. So that's going to be a me thing. Only problem is, I have the pillows. I have 2 pillows in here. I do not have blankets. But I think I can just ask for them. Because I have a little call attendant button. It's next to the music control, which you guys heard about earlier. It's next to the music control that I used to turn off the announcements. I should actually turn them back on just in case they say anything interesting. Good, I didn't turn it on mid-announcement. That would have been weird. Anyways, so I can call the attendant, and I can probably get some blankets. Because that'd be nice. I don't think I've got them. Like, they're not under the chairs or something, right? No, because that'd be weird. But I might ask for a blanket, so that way I can make my bed. Because I can turn these chairs into beds myself. Not sure if that's recommended. If you're watching this, I'm not going to recommend that. But I am going to try doing it. Just to see what happens, you know? Just to see how that works. And then we should get into Sacramento approximately 6:30. I think right now we're running 30 minutes late. Last I checked, we were running 30 minutes late. So, there we go. That's so much better. Whoa. Why? You guys have been suffering this entire time. I'm sorry. Anyways, so We're running about 30 minutes late, which means that I might arrive closer to 7 o'clock. But it doesn't really matter how late we run because my layover arrives at 2 in the afternoon. However, if we are late, then that's a pro. You want to know why? Because of the fact that really early in the morning, I don't have much experience with what's open, right? Like, what am I going to do at 7 o'clock in the morning? What's open at 7 o'clock in the morning? Like, I love hanging out at libraries and museums, and those don't open until, like, who knows when, right? But the closer we arrive to 10, the better. Because 10 a.m. is when the Railroad Museum opens. And I love hanging out in the Railroad Museum. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I got recently a new credit card that I'm not going to show you. There's no details on the front, but that's like weird, right? But I got a credit card, and it's a new one. Oh, Union Pacific train. There was a guy who was just watching the train. Very large beard too. He's like, beard was like down to here, big stuff, right? Big beard. He was just like hands on hips, watching it, looking pretty cool. Probably the guy who was driving the train or something. Anyways, yeah, what I was talking about, the card has a rainbow on it, right? Which is very gay. And I want to use the gay card at the Railroad Museum in order to buy something. I'm not sure what I want to buy. Because they have a gift card. They have a gift shop there, right? And of course, that Railroad Museum is like partnered with another Railroad Museum across the planet on the other side of the world, right? And like, I've seen that sign a couple of times now, and I've been thinking like, one day I'll go to you, Twin Railroad Museum. I'll go to you, and I'll see your foreign trains. I don't remember which museum it is, though. I don't remember where it is, but I will tell you guys, because you're like probably, 5 minutes away from me being in the Railroad Museum, knowing the way that I'm cutting this. You lived an entire day in probably 30 minutes. But that's nice. But, oh yeah, we were in the Central Valley before, but now, trees. Well, you can see the reflection of the phone. Hold on. Yeah, you can see the reflection of the phone. Anyways, trees. We are now in the mountains. We'd gotten out of the smoke for a while I was eating dinner. We were along a river, and the river looked like its water level had sunken a little, had gone down. And in the places left, there were these big flat expanses that were left over from the river going down, and they were grassy, which was really cool. Which is really cool to see. There was grass, but no trees, which is a very interesting thing up here in this part of in the mountains. Basically, is where we are. So that was very cool to see. But we had gotten out of the smoke, and the sky was starting to clear up. It didn't have an orange hue, and I don't think the sun was orange. But it was still smoky, just not a lot. But now it looks like we're back. Although I can't see very far like I could earlier, so maybe what I'm seeing is maybe the perceived less orangeness is actually like just shorter render distance. Render distance. Using video game terminology to describe real life things. What is even called sight distance? I don't know. I can see less far. There are things in the way blocking the smoke from becoming orange. Is that how I say it? I don't know. I don't care. But what I do care about is getting in, reading, sleeping, and then figuring out what to do in Sacramento, because I have this, which I have to take care of. No, actually, this fits in this bag. I know what to do with this. This bag, I don't really need, right? I've got pockets for something. And then I've got this whole purple suitcase thing. And do I want to carry this around Sacramento for like 8 hours? No. No, I do not, right? I remember being told growing up that girls pack a lot. I did not realize how true that was. I have no clothes, yet I have 2 bags, and they're both heavy and full. Most of this is actually one shirt, because I'm going to change out of this tie-dye Compass Health shirt that my mom got at her work and inherited to me, and I'm going to change it into another one tomorrow. So you guys are that's going to be nice to see. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but that's nice. I'll probably do a check-in before I sleep, and then you'll see me tomorrow morning, probably at 6. It's probably when I'll wake up at 6. I have most of my things packed by the time I wake up, but do some final packing, do whatever, get off the train, Ooh, sitting here is so much nicer for framing. Get off the train, hang out, go to Reno, enjoy myself. First meal in Reno is probably going to be In-N-Out Burger, right? There's a reason I was so ecstatic to see the girl eating In-N-Out Burger. Look at her, because I love In-N-Out Burger, because this is me enjoying In-N-Out Burger. I actually have an In-N-Out hat. Doesn't look like this. I have multiple In-N-Out hats, but none of them look like this. Just one of them did look like this. That'd be very nice. I hope the artist likes In-N-Out, because why else would you draw this combination? I don't get it, right? I don't get it. But she's going to watch me sleep, and I'm going to sleep very peacefully because of it, and then we are going to wake up, and then she's going to look at trains. And yeah, I will see you guys whenever I choose to get back. I don't know why I'm so dark. Good morning, everybody. It's 6, and we are booking it into Sacramento. We are almost at the station. I'm already dressed, and also I've got the bedding neatly folded and everything, because I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, no, I have to do the wake up, I have to do the wake up update. And then we were right there. So I had no time but to basically get dressed instantaneously. But I've just got these 2 things are the only things left that aren't, on my body. Well, no, I've also got my purple bag. My purple bag is down underneath the table right now. So we're pretty close to the station. And so we're going to detrain pretty soon here, and then continue our adventure. I went to sleep around 9, I'd like to say 10, around sunset, when I stopped seeing stuff outside, basically. And then my sleep was a little broken up by stations. I woke up for Klamath Falls, and then went back to sleep. And then I woke up for Dunsmuir, I think is how it's pronounced, and then I went back to sleep. And now I'm back. But now I'm actually awake. I think I was woken up by the train horn, because the train was blaring non-stop for 10 minutes while we were going north of Sacramento. I never saw us pass any features that trains usually make noise for, crossings. But we just crossed a crossing and the train not a beat. But then we were in a field and the train was screaming. So I don't know what that was about. But I was woken up probably by that. And then I looked on Google Maps to see where we were. And then I was like, oh, we are right there. We are right at Sacramento. So I need to take off my tape. So yeah, we were right there. So I didn't really have any time to sort of rest before having to book it out of my bed and go to the bathroom and make the bed. Well, not make the bed, collapse the bed and everything. But I've got it turned back into seats, and all the bedding is neatly stacked and everything like that. I hope the
employees appreciate the stacking. I know a lot of people probably just leave their bed total mess. Well, I'm not sure about my direct neighbors. I don't know. But yeah, so outside the window now is some industrial. I don't know if you guys can even see. You guys can see. Good. You guys can also see yourself. But yeah, there's some direct industrial. There's just some industrial out there. And we should be coming up onto the Y. There's a Y that curves us into the station. And that should be soon. Although I think there's going to be some different scenery out the window when that happens. Road bridge here. Another road bridge here. I don't remember what freeway this is. They have that road bridge for. But it's one of them. I'm going to close up this. There we go. So, it's probably one of the freeways that those bridges are for. There's a lot of glare. Hello. Yeah, you guys can see sort of just fine, right? Yeah, so there's the situation. I will probably leave you soon. And then there's like a teepee. It's not like a native tent. It's not like a homeless town. It's like a teepee. It's weird. Anyways, so I'll probably leave you guys here, and then I will go to the station, and then I'll take care of my belongings because I don't really need them while I'm like walking around and stuff, right? So I'll find out something to do with those, and then I will go somewhere, probably. I will find out where I can go, and then I will go there. I can see downtown. Hold on. Can you guys see those buildings? That one building, I guess? It might only be one building, but it's a tall one. You don't see tall buildings out in the middle of nowhere. You shouldn't see tall buildings like that out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, I guess you can, but I never have. So, for what that's worth. Yeah. So I'll see you guys probably on the other side.
Alright, so I didn't take any other videos after I got off the train in Sacramento, but what I did take were lots and lots of pictures. And so that's what we're going to go through in this little interlude. Well, not interlude. Between this is one more video, and then more of this, basically. So this is the end of the video, almost. But here I am. I had to fold all my blankets because I'm just neat like that, right? I had to fold my blankets and clean up the pillows and everything. I had to make this room almost cleaner than it was when I entered. One fun thing that I don't think I mentioned in the main series of videos was that this little trash can here wasn't cleaned out when I got in. So there were like 2 or 3 pieces of trash in there when I entered. So that was fun. But yeah, so I put my bed back up. I folded everything. This blanket was very nice. I liked it a lot. The pillows are very soft. Overall, good experience. Good experience. What do you mean? What do you mean? End of folder reached. What do you mean? I have 156 files in here. Hold on, wait. If I do this, use folder. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see if that fixed it. No, it didn't. Oh, there we go. There we go. I just can't click. All right. So here are some pictures that I took of arriving in Sacramento. These are some buildings that they're building north of the train station in a bunch of empty land that's been empty for years and years and years. But now they're building this. I think it's around a light rail station. So that's nice. I'm not sure if the light rail station is new or not, but
it's pretty nice that they're building stuff there. And then, yeah, here we are. There's always a Capital Corridor train in Sacramento Station. So there's the Amtrak California Caltrans engine. There's the baggage car, Coast Starlight number 11 to Los Angeles on time. I think it was on time. Surprisingly enough, amazingly, a train had traveled like, you know, almost 24 hours, and it was actually on time arriving in Sacramento. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. This building was under construction. I'm pretty sure I've got some older pictures of this, a very similar perspective to this, where this building is very much not finished, but that's nice. I think it was like the court, and then this building is the jail. So that's interesting that they're right next to each other. Some more pictures of the platform. Here's the tunnels that you use to get to the station building. They're less yellow in real life. I don't know why my phone picked it up to be so yellow. I'm not sure, but you can see Capital Corridor departs 11 a.m. So I think that this train that I was seeing coming in, that one, was the one that departed at 11. I believe, because I think they sit there for a very long time. So I think that's the end of the line for them. And then here's all the people coming off of the Coast Starlight headed to the station, taking pictures of the on-time screen thing. There we go, baggage claim. Yeah, so then there's also this little thing. So the station is so far away from the platforms, but there's something interesting in, I think, this picture. Yeah, so the old platforms are still there. So if you're on your way to the new platforms, the old ones are just sitting here, rotting away. You can see the tunnel is still there. I think the tunnel's closed at the bottom. They've got a gate stopping you. They've got a gate at the bottom of this walkway, probably so that nobody's hanging out down there, because that's just not a good place to be hanging out. You can kind of see why they upgraded the platforms though, because that is narrow. That is very, very narrow right there. But these are just sitting here, just hanging out right next to the station. They haven't done anything with them yet. I wonder if I take a picture of just how far away. You can see the benches are still there, I think. Yeah, you can see in this picture, trash cans, benches are still out there, signage, everything. Yeah, and then there's the light rail, little end-of-line light rail yard, mini yard that they've got right there. Valley Station, very nice-looking building, and I guess I didn't take any pictures until I had crossed the street here to this building and the little, I think it's a church, in this little 2-block Chinatown that they have. It's very unusual being a 2 blocks of Chinatown. Apparently there's a lot of history there. I know a place. I had just come from Seattle, so it's very, very big coincidence that there are so many of these posters, so many of these Seattle tourism posters in Sacramento in particular. A bunch of bus stations will have them. Oh yeah, there's these downtown maps all over the place downtown, and people like to pull up the sticker and show the Westfield Shopping Town Plaza, which doesn't exist anymore. They got rid of that a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. It's only been a couple of years, but the Westfield Shopping Plaza is gone. The Holiday Inn's still there. I don't know if the Consulate or Bus Depot are still there. I never really visited those corners, but I do know that the Shopping Town Downtown Plaza, that's long gone. That's been replaced with the Arena, which I should be coming up on now. Yeah, the Golden One Center, they call it. And I was taking all these pictures because at 6:30, I think it was, in the morning, nobody is in Sacramento. There's nobody walking around. I went inside of a Starbucks and there was no seating whatsoever. And went back outside and nothing. Nobody. It was desolate. Jim Boy's Tacos. I think I took this picture because I like Jim Boy's, and I was very happy that they had added one to downtown Sacramento, since I was going to be here again in only a couple of days, really. Yeah, just more desolate pictures of empty landscapes with nobody in them. And then I went to Old Sacramento, equally desolate, just hung out for a while. I think I had my Starbucks drink and I was drinking that while I was just hanging out. A lot That's a lot of trash. I didn't take this picture for the reason of showing this off, but that's a lot of trash. Wow. I don't I don't know what happened there, but I don't know what happened there, but that's a lot of trash that I did not notice before. I think I took this picture just because I really like this sign. California Steam Navigation Company. I like that. As well as the Central Pacific Railroad Depot. But I like Old Sacramento. It's a really nice place to hang out. The What Cheer House. Oh yeah, and then I think I took a picture of this, if I've got it somewhere. Did I not? This whole street they closed off for like Labor Day or something, so cars weren't going through. But they had these tables, they had these chairs. I think they had like the beanbag throwing game, whatever that's called. They had those. They had all that lined up along K Street here, which was really nice. And then I took that city or Fat City Bar and Cafe. I think I just took these signs because I thought they looked neat. Oh, I took this because of the fact that it had a sign up that's 4 years old almost from them closing their doors after 43 years. I don't know what this was. I think it was just a restaurant, and I haven't looked into the other locations. But that's probably why I took this picture, was because it's been there for a lot of years, just still empty. And then Cali Way, I thought was also a pretty funny name for a store. Cali Way, nice name. An alleyway. This thing, which I've never looked into. I actually don't know what this is. Probably just like an old park or plaza or something, but it's got a staircase down with this little awning and everything. More pictures, more buildings because I was walking around. Another one where people were tearing up the stickers to the Westfield Plaza thing. To Old Sacramento, I found it funny how like foreboding this entrance is. It's like to Old Sacramento and then it's a concrete wall with a hole cut in it. I didn't actually go through the hole. There's a pathway that goes around it. But to Old Sacramento, giant giant hole in concrete. There's a better picture of it. I went around this way. You can see I think that crosswalk right there is actually what I took. So, very fun thing. Sacramento streetcar lines, they had a huge system once upon a time and now it's all gone and that's tragic. It's tragic that they got rid of all their streetcars. Now they have a very small light rail network relative to what they had before. But this is a really nice mural. This is a big mural right in the train station talking about breaking ground for the first transcontinental railroad. Very nice. It's a really cool station. Built by Southern Pacific, I believe. Yeah, 1109 California Zephyr. I was pointing this out because the California Zephyr that I was supposed to take, I had a ticket, and the ticket said 2 p.m. But the sign here said 11 a.m. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. This is weird. So I had to figure out what was going on. Um, I guess I went back outside to look more at the waiting room or something. I don't remember why I went back out here. Took pictures of stuff of the station, just pictures of stuff in the station. I think I was bored taking pictures. Yeah, Southern Pacific lines. These are some old benches. Look at them. They've still got Southern Pacific iconography, I guess you would call that. You've still got Southern Pacific iconography on them. They're like wood. They're really uncomfortable because you can feel the age, I should say. Um, but like, oh yeah, and then I took this picture I think because of like how much stuff was going on at once. All of these buses were boarding at the same time. Where is it? I think I took train 6, even though train 6 was going to Emeryville at 9 a.m. I believe what happened was train 6 went to Emeryville, stopped, and then turned around. and I thought that the trains were numbered by direction, but I distinctly remember taking train 6, even though train 6 is the westbound train here. And then the Amtrak car, which was really fun to see. I was walking back to Old Sacramento because by this point I think it was about 10 a.m. But and then I saw this car, this Amtrak car, which really threw me off. And it was an actual government car. It had a U.S. government license plate. And I think I sent it to one of my friends. I was like, I need to drive the Amtrak car. I need to own an Amtrak car because having Amtrak on the side of my car would be really cool. Oh yeah, I went into Old Sacramento in order to go to the Railroad Museum because I love the California State Railroad Museum and I have a lot of fun whenever I'm there. And so I was like, I'll pass some time. I've got, I think it was about 4 hours between 10 a.m. and when my train would arrive. So I was like, yeah, I'll spend as many of the 4 hours as I can here at the Railroad Museum. And then I took this picture because the California State Railroad Museum is apparently like partnered, allied, I guess, allied as a sister museums with another railroad museum across the planet in another city. And I've taken this picture of this plaque so many times because I will find you the railway museum. I will find you and I will go to you and I'll take a picture of presumably your version of these two plaques. I'm not sure if they have a version of these two plaques over there or if they still will when I have enough money to travel like that, but um what is it? But if they still do, I'll take a picture of their version of them. They've been up since 2016, which hasn't been that long, so I hope that like they're not planning on getting rid of them anytime soon. But of course I had to go to the Railroad Museum. I had to take pictures. I took this picture, or I kept this picture because why is it so blurry? But I kept this picture because at the Railroad Museum they have a display of sleeper cars in old trains. This old train car that they have, and it's on motors, so it shakes as if you're on a moving train. And they had sleeper accommodations. So I had just come in a sleeper accommodation. So I went here to see what the sleeper accommodations were like, and they were basically the same. The two seats collapse into a bed, and then the bunk bed comes up from above. Like, yeah, that's the exact same way it works now to this very day. Um, and then I guess I didn't take any other pictures of inside the Railroad Museum just because I've been there so much. But I went to the Sacramento Museum, which I'd never been to before, and it was a really cool space inside. There wasn't a lot to do in terms of quantity, but it was just really, really cool to be in there because it was really a really nice environment. Um, Acorns to avocados. They've got low and slow, I think, moving in as a new exhibit of some kind, and it's taking over the acorns to avocados space as well as some space upstairs. Like here, coming soon, does that mean that this intact display with no signs is going to be replaced? I don't know. Probably. Probably. So I took some pictures of it in case it gets replaced for me to just have and like show people in a couple of years. Be like, hey, I went to the Sacramento Museum and they replaced a display. Here's what I saw. And they're doing a bunch of the slow and so it looks like they've got space upstairs and downstairs both for this new slow and low or low and slow exhibit that they're building here at the museum. So I took some pictures of the construction. Here's a view from the third floor down all the way to the first floor and like the check-in area over here. And it's just a really dense in this lobby area. And then up here is significantly less dense, you can see. But they had this projector here showing like nature videos or something. No narration as far as I could tell. There was narration, but it was coming from this TV right here in this blue box. So I'm not sure what this was all about, except just to look cool, I guess, which I can get. I like things looking cool. Here was they had a little mine exhibit set up. Did they take any more pictures? No. So they had a little mine exhibit set up where they built like false mine tunnels. inside the building, and here was a little outside area. And I thought that this was a really cool thing that they built with like a little fake tree and everything, murals and all that stuff. So I thought that was nice. So I took a picture of it. Another perspective down to the first floor. I think I was standing by this time capsules photography thing, looking down in the first picture. So now I'm looking in the other direction. This is from the second floor. Another view of, oh yeah, that room from the second floor. And then back outside where I took a picture of this street, because all of a sudden it was now very busy and lively because it was after 10 a.m. and nothing in Sacramento is open before 10 in the morning. This tunnel, I remember coming here last year in the summer and it was over 100 degrees, so there was nobody outside. So I was really scared of this tunnel being somewhere where something bad was going to happen to me. So I took a picture of it as a reference to somebody who came with me that year, and they also didn't like it. Oh, this is a neat story. So while I was having dinner on the train, one of the people that they seated me with was apparently from Sacramento, and they were talking about this place on the waterfront, and they were like, it has this cup that you can get. It's a little fruit bowl cup, but the only thing in the fruit bowl cup is watermelon. And I was like, I love watermelon. He's like, you should go to that place. I think he told me the name, and then I forgot the name, but I knew where he was talking about. He's like, you should go there and you should get the fruit bowl. So I got the fruit bowl, and it was really good because I love watermelon, and it was watermelon. And then I had pizza for, I guess this would have been breakfast, maybe lunch given the time. But I had some pizza at this old place. I'd gone here also last summer, and it was under construction, so they didn't actually have a seating area inside. I had to go out and eat my pizza out on the street somewhere. But it was a pretty cool environment inside. My pizza was very nice. And then when I got to the station, I didn't know that the station had a sleeper lounge. So I arrived to the station, and the entire previous day I was sitting on the wooden benches for like 6 hours or whatever it was. I think it was closer to 4 hours, where I was just sitting on the wooden benches waiting, when I could have been sitting in this opulent, nice, comfortable area, taking with all this. So then I found out that it was there, and I was like, hey, can I go into the sleeper lounge? And the guy was like, yeah. Furthermore, do you want a drink or something? I've got like water and sodas and stuff. And that was really nice. So I got a drink from them for free, and I got a nice sleeper lounge, and I got a chance to charge my phone because I didn't have a phone charger. Well, not a phone charger. I didn't have an outlet the entire day. So I was able to charge my phone, and I was able to relax for the remaining hour or something. I had arrived early to the station because I always arrive early just in case. The only thing was they didn't have a departure board inside of here, so I had to check the time. Luckily, station attendants were really nice, and they came in and they were like, anybody heading on the train to Reno, come with me, because we're about to get going. And I went with them, and lo and behold, we arrived, and the train arrived soon after. So that was nice. Bathroom codes, I guess, for anybody, free bathroom codes. You can see my charging cable there. My charging cable is really old, so it's all beat up and yellow, but it still works. It's the best one. It's still the best charging cable I have after, I think 4 years ago I bought that one. Here was a Capitol Corridor. It wasn't actually pulling in, it was just sitting there, because that's what Capitol Corridor trains do in Sacramento. They just sit there. And then there was this guy here who was pretty cool. I took some pictures of. And then I think a video is coming up of the train, so you guys are probably going to see that between this picture and the next. Yeah, so never gets old, never gets old. Here's the inside of the train. I got a nice refurbished coach superliner, so the chairs were new. They had new upholstery, I think is what the coating on chairs is called. They got new upholstery. It was very nice, very comfortable. Took some pictures of the train out. Colfax, oh my God, Colfax. I was stuck at Colfax for well over 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, because there was track construction. And then we arrived and they were like, they're doing track construction and they're not letting us through. They're not letting us through until their track construction is like done. And I was like, why the heck didn't they know that the train was on its way? But like something weird about the California Zephyr is as it goes up the mountains, even if it doesn't stop or encounter anything wrong, it will accrue lateness. Like we arrived in Colfax like an hour late, even though nothing happened between Sacramento and Colfax. And in Sacramento, it was on time. So just going up through the mountains, it just goes really slowly, and they haven't accounted for that in the schedules yet. There's a lot of track work going on in that area, though, so it might be that the track work forces them to have a lower speed limit, and they just didn't. Then they just chose not to account for that in their schedule. So we were at Colfax for a while. I took some pictures of it. It was nice, and then I took some pictures of some awesome valleys that you get to see after Colfax. So if you're ever on route eastbound from Colfax, definitely look out the right hand side after Colfax. After Colfax, look at the right hand side, get in the observation car because that's where the views are. Because those are where these views are. And then I took more pictures. This was a little canal that I thought was pretty neat. So I took some pictures of that. The train curving around corners was pretty nice. And then I arrived after dark, when the train usually arrives in Reno at like 4 or 5, I think, on normal days. But today, no. It arrived at, I think, 8, 7 because of Colfax. But that was the train ride. That was that was the entire saga of my train ride from Seattle to Reno via train. Now, normally I wouldn't have arrived this late because of the fact that the train usually leaves at 11. But my train left at 2 because they were doing some track work between Emeryville and Sacramento. So they were doing some track work, so they had to change the schedule temporarily. And that temporary schedule change was still in place when I took the train. So I was a little late coming into Reno. I was very late coming into Reno compared to what it normally was. So it was after dark, and I had dinner, and then I went home. I had dinner at In-N-Out, obviously, because of my little keychain that I had with me. Like I was like, I was gonna bring the keychain because I had the keychain girl on my glasses the entire time that I was in Sacramento and everything. So like, was I going to bring her along this entire journey and then not get In-N-Out when I arrived in Reno? Like, no. Obviously, I was going to have In-N-Out. So I had In-N-Out at like 8 o'clock, which is not the latest I've had In-N-Out. I've had In-N-Out at midnight before because they close at 1 or 2 in the morning. And I had a flight one time that arrived at like 11:30, so I went to In-N-Out at midnight and had In-N-Out as they were closing. I think it was still there after they had closed even, but they didn't get mad at me for some reason. People who work at In-N-Out were really cool. But that was the journey. That journey took a total of like 40 hours, I think. I'm sure I could do the math of when I left, which was around 9:50 in the morning, and then I arrived at like 7 o'clock the next day, 7 p.m. the next day. So it's like 24, but then not quite plus another 12. I don't know. I'm not doing the math right now. I've probably got it on screen how many hours it took, but that was a nice journey. Took some videos, shared them here. This is the end of the vlog.